you dare any noise, just me and the boys. If you dare any noise, just me and the boys. If you dare any noise, just me and the boys. If you dare any noise, just me and the boys. Me and the boys.
Hey, what's going on? It is your host, Pastor Nate, and welcome to It's Me and the Boys. This is our pilot show. Some of the conversations we were having pre-show, it might be our only show because these dudes are off the chain. But let me introduce y'all to everybody. Again, I'm your host, Pastor Nate, right here, and y'all know how I do. Ignore his sweatshirt.
You know what it is.
Everybody up here has a nickname. This is Norfolk State right here, Jamal Middleton. He's from about 5 different areas.
That's right.
Clay, Atlanta, Georgia, Norfolk State. Who went to Auburn?
South Carolina, my brother.
Your brother.
Yeah.
Who went to Auburn?
My brother went to Auburn.
And Georgia is who?
Georgia,
Virginia Tech is Jen.
that's Jen. Jen went to Georgia too, though. So remember, she got her
So
undergrad.
y'all just got an SEC family there.
Well, she ACC a little bit too. So yeah, we SEC everything too.
Now, what do
So,
you
yeah.
look? Now, let me ask you this before I introduce everybody else.
What's up?
Kirk Cousins said he had an injury this year. Y'all gonna bring him back?
Nah, he got to go. He got to go.
He said he was hurt.
He got to go.
He said he had an injury, y'all, an underlying injury y'all didn't know about.
His feelings about to be hurt. Cause that joker got to go.
Y'all gonna give him $100 million?
Hey, we already paid it. We already paid it, so that's already gone. See you later. He got to go. Bring on the young boy.
He got to go.
Yeah, let's go.
And then to my right is my man Cap Carter, but I call him CC. He has 2 teams. No, hold on. How many of his teams doing good? The Bears, he's loyal because he's been with the Bears forever. Duke, man.
All day.
Let's go, Duke.
All day. But y'all pray about him and his Bears. He's from VA, CC. And then we got my man from up north, from the Bronx.
Boogie down.
Boogie down Bronx. Y'all pray for him because his Giants are terrible.
Trash.
His Blue Devils are good. And Notre Dame, y'all made championship game.
Kirk Cousins coming to you,
Y'all
bro.
want Kirk Cousins? Keep
Nah, he's coming to you, dog.
Hey, CC, let's do a trade. Will y'all give Kirk Cousins?
Absolutely.
What do you
I'll
got to
give
pay
you-
y'all for Kirk Cousins?
Hey, you know what? You can just give me a barbecue sandwich and some lemon pepper wings, okay? And some lemon pepper wings.
Let me get them blue peppers.
Them Lou. Hello.
Y'all heard what Saquon said to James Winston?
No, what did he quarterback? What did he say? He said quarterback.
The Giants looking for a quarterback.
Why did they give Jameis Winston a microphone at the Super Bowl?
Hey, he must see TV, man. He must see TV.
He's hilarious.
He
Y'all
is.
think that's him or y'all think he's that?
That's how he is.
I think that's him.
Really?
Yeah.
ECW.
He got some issues, man.
All day.
He
Oh,
got
yeah.
some issues.
He got
And
issues.
then to my far right is my man. He's more. Let me see. Who more loyal than y'all? Because he's a Carolina Panthers fan.
Oh,
But
gosh.
I call him South Carolina from Spartanburg, South Carolina. My man Kyle Anderson. So again, welcome to the pilot. It's Me and the Boys. So you may be wondering why it's called Me and the Boys. Is because, one of the things that happened, I don't think I told y'all, somebody sent me a text and they said, Pastor Nate, when you were preaching Sunday, I see that your voice was kind of gone. You were kind of hoarse. Was some kind of allergic reaction you had? I said, no, I was in the lobby with these two.
That's right.
Trying to justify
That's right.
why my Tar Heels
Got beat down.
They got me all around.
Yes, sir.
Service.
Oh, yeah.
They got me up there sound like I smoked Newport.
Well, see, the problem.
My text before, sir.
Exactly. I wish you were there, Cap. The problem is we ain't winning 23 months against these jokers, so we had some get back.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to get back.
Oh yeah, they were early to serve.
Oh, I came early. Oh, yeah.
The amount of Duke people that was in church.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I ain't never wore none of that.
We came out.
They went to Walmart and got
And they
it
were early, too.
They got it early.
We weren't as bad as those Commander fans that just showed up in church. I ain't never seen a Commander fan in church.
They got 2 for 1. They had 2 for 1 that day.
We can't help y'all got beat down.
That's
It's
right.
going to happen again.
We called We called
You know
We called the
what?
dogs off too, by the way.
Hello.
You were down by 30.
That's what I'm talking about.
34. I think.
Yeah,
It's like 34.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tell y'all something?
This feel good.
I'm the host, so we start the show off like I was. So it's called Me and the Boys because these are guys I have these type of conversations with all the time. And one of the things that can happen is, I see when guys get together and they're talking or arguing about sports, people are like, are y'all arguing? Like, are y'all cool? I'm sure somebody saw that and said, like,
Oh yeah.
are y'all all right?
Cause we was all loud.
We were loud.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. Cause you're gonna hear a lot of noise because we got a lot of stuff to argue about this evening. So if you hear some noise, it's just me and my boy. So this weekend is Super Bowl weekend.
Yes, sir.
Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And so, you know what?
And the
You know,
referees.
the thing about it is, you want to be a winner. Don't y'all like a winner? Y'all like, everybody like winners?
We like winners.
Y'all like, what do you say?
And the referees.
Listen, right? Cap always has a bad attitude about it.
The Eagles got to play the 12th man.
Oh,
13th.
Hey, I'm with you on that, bro.
I mean,
But did you see today how many close games they've had?
Oh yeah.
The whole year?
Yeah.
The league wants them to win. They want them to three-peat. The league want them to three-peat.
don't.
Come on, man.
You don't think it's so easy?
no, if we're gonna be here, we gotta be honest.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
No, but why do you think that?
Okay.
Because they get all the calls. And it's like they need a three-peat for history. They need a three-peat to come. So guess what? Mahomes is the next Brady. So
No,
they're
he's
trying.
not.
He
No.
is.
So
He's the next Brady.
So good to see y'all tonight. This show is over. He's not the next Brady.
That's what they're trying to make.
So okay, all right.
Ooh.
So this is my first point of argument. Okay, so we'll get back to that one. But my man Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts, you see on ESPN, they're talking about is he the weak link? Is he not? If he doesn't go, this dude, and they said, are we gonna put him in the category of Josh Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson? Now, when you look at stats, do you know he's won more playoff games than all of them? He's been to the Super Bowl two times already, and they're talking about he needs to be in the category with them. Why? He's winning.
Right.
Can't argue with that.
He has a better team every year. Every year.
He has a better team than everybody.
No.
He has a better team than Josh. And
So-
Josh is overrated though. Josh is highly overrated.
Okay, you said Josh Allen's overrated.
Overrated.
Now he's not better than Lamar. I ain't crazy.
No, he's not.
Nah.
No, Lamar has no receivers most years. This is the only year he has any receivers, and he's killing.
And he's got-
And they still talking about him.
He got Henry.
Finally.
Finally.
He finally got it.
Because every year he goes to 3 running backs. Every year.
So Hurts is a winner.
He a winner.
Yeah.
You can't take nothing
he's
from
a
him.
winner.
He's a winner, but
He's a game manager.
He's a game manager.
He's a game manager, and guess what? That's okay in the
He's a
NFL.
Flacco.
Just
What?
oh,
He's a Flacco.
oh,
Eve.
I wouldn't do that
He's
to
a Trent
him.
Dilfer.
Oh! Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
Listen,
That-
man.
that-
He has the best offensive line.
No. No.
What?
Oh, Philly got a great
He has
offensive
the
line.
better.
They got a great O-line.
Great offensive.
They got a good O-line.
Because I know what you're going to say, and I'm about to come back at you. Go ahead, finish
He
your
has
point.
a good little offensive line as the
Yeah,
Cowboys had
okay.
in the 90s. Saquon is getting 3.5 yards before he even gets touched.
Go ahead, you got another point.
That's
'cause you been-
That's Saquon.
That's not Saquon.
Oh, my bad. Whoa. Time out.
He's
Hold on. Let's remember.
He's nasty, though.
He's a Giants fan. Okay, you can't talk about Saquon to a Giants fan right now. So let's bring that back.
Look at it.
Yeah, bring that back.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What's your other point?
He
You
didn't
got
see him
another
jump
one.
over the man
I'm
back.
going with
Exactly.
Because I
Now,
got
Saquon is nasty.
what about the receiver? Because I got something for
The
you.
receivers are nasty. Devontae Smith, you
Yeah,
can't
when
consider
they're,
Devontae Smith.
when they're healthy. They're never healthy.
And not reading books on the sideline.
Oh wow, the
That's
books.
just to help him calm down.
That's stress management.
Yeah.
Did they not show Jalen Hurts with E.J. Brown's daughter trying to cover up the whole little they don't get along thing?
Oh, how do you see that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. He's hugging his daughter. Even the daughter kind of shaded him. The daughter walked away from him like, don't hug me.
But did y'all know that A.J. Brown had his best year receiving with Jalen Hurts
Who
throwing?
did he have in Tennessee?
But he's had his best
But
year
still, he
in
was-
the pros.
He was still the only wide receiver, so you should still have good catches.
Yeah.
And
You got to have somebody throw you the ball at least. Now, Jalen Brown, Hurts is good. Don't get me twisted. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but he's not top 3. He's not.
Who's top 3?
I agree. He ain't top
Mahomes,
Okay.
Burrows, and
Okay.
and Lamar.
So what are we basing top 3 off of if he's won more playoff games? He's won 7 playoff games.
Yeah, what makes you great? You talking about yards? You talking about touchdowns? You talking about wins?
So I'm a Giant fan.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then Eli Manning's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
I knew you were going to do that.
But you
No, he got 2 Super Bowls.
But you gotta
and
put
he
him
was
up there.
MVP. You got to put him. You got 2 MVPs, and he had over 300 yards passing every game.
And he's going to be a Hall of
He
Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He's Hall of Fame.
but everybody don't think he is.
He Hall of Fame.
What do you think?
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he Hall of Fame.
He has one of the best passing records.
And he has a good resume.
Yeah, he Hall of Fame. Like Matt Ryan.
But he
Oh, what happened?
he also beat Brady.
Remind me to tell you a story about my son realizing that you guys lost that game after.
No, tell us. Go ahead.
No, I
The
wasn't.
other day, my son's reading a book. He said, "Dad, did you know that the Atlanta Falcons lost in overtime after they were losing by like 50 points?" I was like, "Yeah, I watched the game." He goes, "No, for real."
Oh,
I
for
was like, I
real?
watched the game. It wasn't 50 though.
That's what he did?
Yeah, he did.
You had to bring that up?
He did.
Oh, okay.
He did.
Yeah.
It's in a book, by the way.
But Jalen Hurts is legit.
Jalen Hurts is
Yeah.
decent.
What
He's
makes him
decent.
decent?
I agree. He's a game manager.
He doesn't get the ball up. He's a game manager.
He's better than a game manager.
He don't get the ball up.
I mean, he's a
He don't
game
throw the ball
manager. He don't
downfield.
throw the ball away.
But
He's a game manager. He doesn't fumble the ball, right? He doesn't turnovers. You just need somebody that doesn't turn the ball over and can get you downfield when you want to get
So
downfield.
you saying anybody can plug and play in that position and win?
Let me ask this question.
Okay.
Do you think Philly would be where they're at if it wasn't for Saquon there?
They were there before.
And they were just there, what? Not right.
2 years ago. Yeah.
But they went there.
They
They
weren't
went there
going to
with
be
Big
there
Four.
without Saquon.
Yeah.
They weren't going to be there without Saquon.
But their offense is not a pass first offense. They're a run first offense.
right.
And they don't want Jalen to throw the ball down the field. Now,
Why don't
when he started throwing the ball down the field in the playoffs, they won.
But the box is loaded. You getting
Right.
But it's only loaded because why?
Saquon.
Saquon. So you
And
got to
got the
respect
best
that.
offensive line in the league.
That's
And
why
then-
they wouldn't
Still
be
think
where they're at with
Yeah.
it. It wasn't for
Best
Saquon.
offensive line.
Who's better than that?
They still got holes in it.
Who's
First of
better
all,
than
you had to replace your Hall of Fame center. So let's just start there. You don't have Kelsey. That's why you had all those butt fumbles. So
line's better?
that's your weak link right there.
Oh, okay.
What line's better though?
What line?
As a better as a unit. He has literally 3.5 yards.
Well, you gotta give Kansas City a better line.
They suck.
That line?
The line's horrible. He has
Kansas
one of the
City a
worst
better
lines.
To be
O-line?
honest with you,
Yeah, the line's bad.
I really
Based off of
haven't
what?
seen
Based
a lot
off
Kansas
of-
City games.
Based off of
Really?
what? Okay, so as an
I don't
O
want
for,
to see Taylor Swift. That's
for O-line,
I don't see it.
what are you basing a good O-line off of? Off of not having sacks, not giving up sacks, or
Absolutely.
rushing yards?
Absolutely.
Both.
Okay, so who had more rushing yards this year?
Saquon.
Okay, who had less sacks?
Saquon.
Well,
I mean, Hurts.
Hurts.
Yeah.
He had less
Yeah,
sacks.
the line's off the chain, man.
So I'm just
I'm not
saying, he
saying
had
they're
less
not- I'm
sacks
just
in
not saying
Kansas
they're the
City.
best. Like, yeah,
But if you
comparing it to the Cowboys.
like you taking away, like earlier, you took away what Saquon was doing. Like, yes, the line was a big piece of it, but he's a beast. Like,
He's a beast. He's a beast.
This is why everybody was calling the Giants crazy for letting him walk out the door.
But based off what he said earlier, if Saquon's not getting touched for 2-3 yards, that's O-line. Now, what your running back does after that, and you are a running back, so you get that. If somebody gives you 2-3 yards where you're not getting touched, it's a wrap. You're gone.
He's running a 4-3, 4-2, 4.
I'm just saying.
His quad is bigger than your chest.
They are pushing them off the line of scrimmage 2-3 yards before anybody gets to touch the running back. That's the O-line,
So
dog.
y'all think Philly gonna win?
I don't know. I'm not betting
If
against
that's the
Patrick
case,
Mahomes.
then
I'm
how
not
do we
betting
rate
against Patrick
how
Mahomes.
do we rate Baltimore's line? Because ain't nobody touching Henry.
That's
and
not
by
true.
the time he gets
That's
to the
not
second
true.
level, it's over.
They were
Which is
killing
why-
him in that game with Buffalo. Every game.
That's 'cause you
the
knew he was
first
running the
half.
ball
He's
in the
not
snow.
he's not killing them in the first half. He's a weigh you down running back because that line. And
No, he don't have those
you gotta worry about
breakaways.
Lamar too.
You got to count all those breakaways, which are what super plays. He doing that.
but he's getting only 2 yards.
That's
2
true.
yards.
That's true.
he's
Yeah.
fast.
And
He
out with
fast
the
now.
people. He weigh about
He
5
fast now.
Right.
Hey, that
And
boy
that
fast.
slip on. So yeah, I mean,
he fast,
I
man.
mean, you got. I say Philly has a good line. I'm not gonna say they have the best line.
So, Kyle, who you taking?
I'm taking Philly.
E, who you taking?
I'm not betting against Mahomes.
CC, who you taking?
I'm
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm not betting against Spags.
Okay.
Spags is this modern day defensive genius.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He has what? 2 with the Giants. He has with the what's his team called them? Chiefs. Who else? He has 5 Super Bowls if he win this one. Maybe 6.
Nah, I'm going the Eagles though.
You going the Eagles?
I'm going Eagles.
You going the Eagles?
I'm going Eagles. I want Jalen Hurts. I think he just gets disrespected everywhere he
Every
is.
turn, yeah.
Every turn. Oh, he not gonna do this. Then he start. Then Alabama, they pull him out. Then it's just like, dude, this dude he wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
does.
count him out,
But then
the
they
most
bring up
of
stuff
the-
like, oh, he can't make all the throws. Is it all the throws or win? It's just like the argument with Rodgers and Brady. It would be like Rodgers is better than Brady. Why? Because he's got 7 rings to 1. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
right.
Dang.
Like, what are we?
But that brings up the whole argument that he started earlier. So if Patrick
He's
Mahomes,
always starting an argument.
Patrick Mahomes can be
And be loud
the,
too,
the
boy.
best quarterback, how come with 3 rings when Brady has 7? How come that same argument doesn't work for LeBron?
Ooh.
Oh wow,
LeBron
you
got
just
4 rings, but he can never be better than Michael Jordan. Why? Because he don't have 6. But Mahomes could be better than Tom Brady.
Look, man, that's not on this card.
Hey, he just took it there. What?
I was like,
You know why? You know why? Because when Jordan got rid of somebody, he said, "We getting rid of you." LeBron go to sleep like, what happened? I don't know what happened.
No. What are you talking about?
Yeah, let's go all the way.
Wait,
If we gonna
but that
tell
ain't
it, then
got
you
nothing
gotta tell it.
that has nothing to do with what I'm saying is.
Oh, sure.
If Mahomes can be better with 3 rings, can be the greatest quarterback with 3 rings.
Okay.
That's my point. He's
Tom
not.
Brady has 7. Right? LeBron has 4 rings. Michael Jordan has 6. But we cannot allow LeBron to be better than Jordan because he don't have 6 rings. Why does the same argument don't work for Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I agree with you with the Patrick Mahomes. The other part, I don't agree with you.
I agree with you on I agree with you on the LeBron thing.
LeBron's great.
LeBron is the greatest of all time.
LeBron's the GOAT.
So you're saying if Patrick Mahomes wins,
He's the GOAT.
he's the GOAT?
I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
You think he's better than Brady?
No, not at all.
Did he have Randy Moss?
He can't, as we said back in the day, he can't hold Brady's jockstrap.
He's not better than Brady at all.
Not at all.
He had Randy Moss?
He didn't win with Randy.
He didn't win
Moss.
with Randy Moss.
He did win with Randy Moss.
No, he
lost
did not.
the Giants.
No, he
Sorry.
didn't.
He lost. Sorry, he lost.
And the thing about it is,
you don't even know what your team lost the Giants that
Thing
year.
is-
18-1 Giant loss.
Randy Moss started running that mouth, and Bill Belichick got rid of him the next day.
Yeah.
When you a Hall of Fame receiver and one of the best ever, arguably one of the best ever, and you crying, give me another one chance. Yeah, you gotta go.
I don't think he's better than Brady yet, but he's not even 30 yet, right?
He's
Oh, but this is it.
He's 30 now, right? How old is he?
I think
He's
he's
20.
what is he?
Either way,
20,
this is
29?
last ride.
He's
You
28,
better-
29.
You better
Last
cash
ride?
in now. Yeah.
He's 28, 29. This dude
You
can
think
win.
it's the last ride.
No.
Absolutely.
I think
First
so.
of all, you about to lose. What's the tight end name?
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
He preparing for his next career.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Kelsey had a subpar season, but the playoffs.
Yeah, because he's not
Yeah,
focused.
he's hurt.
He's hurt. He's
Yeah,
old.
he not
He's old.
focused.
He's
He's
old.
not focused.
He got
So
too
you tell
many
me.
outside
with him
distractions.
Yeah, he got
being
too many outside distractions.
So I got a question. You said last year.
Yeah, that's
This
it.
is the worst receiving team so far that Mahomes has had, but he's won 15 plus 17 games.
Yeah, with the help of the referees.
Come on.
So you don't think he's gonna win another one?
No,
if he wins this one,
if
if he
don't win
wins,
this one,
he won't win another.
This is it.
These
You got
quarterbacks
too-
are
you got
playing
too
until
many
they're
dogs.
40 years old now,
You
bro.
got too many dogs coming in.
But these quarterbacks are playing until they're 40 plus years old now,
I
man.
get that.
Bro's
But
never
this
gonna
is
get one.
football.
You don't think so?
Burrow's never gonna
This
get
is
Burrow's
football.
never gonna get one.
And we're assuming that he stays on the same team.
Lamar's
Nope,
gonna
not
take
gonna
over
get
for the next 5 years. Watch what.
Oh, I hope so. That's
I
what I
hope he
want.
does, too.
Yeah, I hope he does. I want. Hey, look, I want Lamar
Y'all
to.
hurt. Y'all hurt him, and his mama involved. Come
Oh,
on, y'all-
oh, I'm not.
y'all-
Hey, look, you
and
got
y'all,
me.
And y'all play sports. When your mama say what she want,
Yes, sir.
What we do?
Hey, we
out
go
there
get
and
it. You got me on
I'm
Lamar,
gonna
bro.
say I
I'm
want
good.
150 yards rushing tonight. Got it.
Come on.
Wow.
So you saying Burrow's never gonna win one?
Never.
No.
Never.
Nah, not with Cincinnati. Yeah, not in Cincinnati.
Nah.
I don't think so.
No, they trash.
They give us 35 points a game.
Cincinnati's trash, man.
What do you have around you besides Chase?
That's it.
I mean, you're right. You're right. I just
You let Mixon walk for free.
For
Yeah.
free. And he killed it this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and he killed it.
That was the dumbest move for them.
That's true.
They can't have no defense.
Your boy Murray said, "Come on, I got you."
So
That's right.
everybody's taking. Who's taking the Eagles? I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
got Eagles.
I don't know. I'm just.
You can't go against the referees.
It's tough to go against Mahomes, but I do think that Saquon will be the difference maker. If Saquon goes off, it's a wrap because they're going to control the clock. And if you can't stop the run, it's going to open up the pass.
Right.
And they already don't think that he can pass, so they're going to try him.
He got too many weapons though for you. You can't even double team one person
Yeah,
because first of all you didn't give him 2 weeks off to get healthy.
yeah.
So if you got Brown going on the street and then you got your boy number 6 Smith coming across and then they got that other dude. Yeah, there's too many weapons.
Who has a better defense?
Oh, the
KC,
Eagles.
KC all day.
No.
KC all day.
KC
I
only
said
has
Spags. I said Spags.
KC only has that
Secondary
boy in front,
and
Chris
line.
Jones. The Eagles have an entire front line, and your boy Brandon. Brandon is number 55 is back.
Oh, that D line nice now.
Yeah.
I mean,
D-line
they
is
all
nice.
where they from?
It's
Where all they D line from?
It's Philadelphia,
It's Georgia, baby. They from Georgia.
Man, Philadelphia Bulldogs.
They the Philadelphia Bulldogs,
So I
man.
saw
Shout out to
the
my
stage.
wife, UGA.
And y'all watch
And
boxing?
linebacker.
Y'all watch boxing?
Absolutely.
So Tank Davis did this thing. This is going to be one of the things that we talk about at our men's breakfast on Saturday. We're going to have some people who deal with men and mental health. But Tank Davis, did y'all see the thing he was saying he was retiring?
Yeah, yeah.
And he said he was retiring because his job requires him to be aggressive, requires him to be mean, requires him to have a certain type of edge, requires him to not like people. And he said he's trying to be a better father to his daughters, being a father that he's never had. He said, but what he can't do is he can't shift between being gentle and being angry, because angry is how he makes his money. So he said he wanted to retire so he can get help for what enables him to make money, because he can't do both.
He need to come talk to me because you ain't got to be angry.
I can say, well, what else you going to do?
40 minutes.
But that's his nature, though.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
40 minutes. That's all I need you to do is
That's
But
it.
okay, let me ask you something though. As somebody who played football, and I hear a lot of football players say it, it's not something you can't turn off.
You can't turn it off. That's why they have so many issues.
Yeah, that's what he said. When I have so many off the field, he said because that's their nature.
And they're always
Yeah.
in pain. Always in pain.
He said he don't know how to be gentle. He don't know how to tell his daughters he love them. He don't know how to hug them because his mechanism in him is just angry.
Fight.
I tell you what, for 3%, I'll help him get over it.
I said, well, what else you going to do?
But
I
that's
mean, when you pay, so that
pay.
means-
It don't matter.
So
Yeah.
he's saying he would rather be a good dad to girls than be angry all the time. I mean, what do
That's
y'all
honorable.
what do y'all think about that?
I respect.
I respect that,
it.
especially for girls.
Yeah.
If it was boys, then nah.
Still, I just need you to be angry for 40 minutes. The rest of the time, I just need you jogging around until it's
Now, do you,
fight, but one
do you
time
think
a year.
that's something men deal with? Transitioning over to being a dad, being a wife. Like, sometimes there's things in society that we built a tolerance to, or as a, I don't know if I would say scab, or just something that's helps us to survive. And then you're put into an environment where, so like, with it's me and the boys. The way we're talking now, and the way I got my hands like this, right? When I first got married, Tequila was like, "Are you angry?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I'm just talking."
Yeah.
It's like, well, you seem like you're angry. I'm like, Because that's being the oldest of 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we talk.
Yeah.
Man, you got my brush. No, I got. Man, don't touch my brush no more. Let's go get something to eat.
Yeah.
And that's seen as anger. But then what I had to do, even with having everybody ain't got a daughter.
Yeah.
Having daughters, I had to learn how. Hey, go clean your room. What's
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
Nate, she's a girl.
Yeah.
Yo, I just said go clean your room. Your room dirty.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know that's something I had to change and be really conscious of my words and just my, I'm not a boxer, so you can't help me. But, being somebody to communicate, but I'm in front of people and I'm like, so listen, the other day, that's who I am, but are you angry?
I think that comes with the environment you grew up in.
Okay.
But you have to, for me, I think you have to separate, is somebody really just saying this as an excuse or to be a jerk, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Or did you really come up like that? Because
Right.
a lot of people, a lot of dudes want to make believe because we watched The Wire. Now we gotta be hardcore.
Yeah.
You didn't grow up like that.
You ain't grow up like that.
You more like your boy from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
No, you went to a private school.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I went to a private school.
John Morant.
Look, I know how to come back down after the
Yeah.
football game.
Yeah.
Because we went to a military school.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
so it's time to turn this thing back into the military.
Right.
So if you know how to navigate in between those waters, but
But do y'all think it's hard for some people?
I think it depends on when he grew up.
yeah,
Okay.
Depends on how his parents were. Because old school parents,
Now, he didn't have no parents.
see, I mean, you don't know how he grew up. I don't know enough about him. But if you grew up in a area or a household that was abrasive, and you're in an abrasive sport where you taught to kill pretty
Yeah.
much. You got to be angry to hit somebody. Don't hit somebody through the wall.
But
You
I
can't.
don't
It's
know.
hard to turn it off.
It's
With Jada, was it difficult?
yeah. I spanked Jada one time, and she looked up at me with fear,
Right.
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I can't do this no more."
Right.
Like I don't want my daughter to fear me, right? And I was like, I felt so bad. Like I teared up a little bit. Like, oh shoot, I can't. Now EJ, hey, I'll knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, EJ will tell you right now. I'll be like, hey EJ, everybody keeps saying you would get taller than me, right?
Right.
What's gonna happen? He said my daddy said he could chop me in the throat.
Did you
How about-
hear what
hey,
Cam said?
what's that?
Cam said on something on social media. He said, "Yeah, my boys work out, and they walking around, they showing their abs." He said, "But I got to work out because one day they're gonna try to try me."
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's why I stay in the gym.
Are you preparing to beat your son?
Hey,
No,
absolutely,
it's
man.
just
Look,
every once in a while you just gotta show them like, hey,
yeah,
try me now.
Yeah.
That's
you
it.
gotta pop
Every
off
once
the
in a
show.
while.
So with Jada,
Jada, it's tough, man.
yeah,
It's tough. I mean, I can just talk to her in a stern way right now, and she'll just start crying, and I'm
same
like,
thing happened with me.
"What are you doing? Like, why is she crying? Like, stop crying. What is
Skills
happening?"
said, "Nate, she's a girl."
some
Yeah.
tears don't move, man.
Yeah. Cap said,
I gotta prepare you for the real world.
"Hey, that's real."
And you crying, they don't care about your tears out here.
But see, that's okay.
So
So that's,
where does the mix of that and compassion come in? What's
I'm
the
doing
mix?
this because I'm compassionate.
So do you think that's necessary?
I think the compassion for me is afterwards,
I get it.
right?
My dad, growing up, my dad and my brothers, my dad never spanked us. Never, ever. Now, in my household, my mom.
I wish they
was
told my mama that.
But he didn't have to make us like aggressive.
Yeah,
Like he didn't ever punch us or push us to make us aggressive. But we have aggressive nature when it comes to like stuff like we want to get done. You know,
Yeah.
we have that thing.
Right.
But because I saw a dude one day a guy said, "Hey man, I was walking by and just punched my son in the chest." I said, "Like for what?" He's like, "To make him tough." Like now, are you trying to make him aggressive or are you trying to make him tough? Because I think there's a difference.
Yeah.
I think tough can be mentally tough. I think it can be where stuff don't shake you.
yeah,
But aggression, just y'all think there's a difference between aggression and toughness. So are you trying to make them aggressive and not compassionate? Because one of the things I can say, as you get older, there's a lot of stuff that moves you that didn't move you when you were 30.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, so Jennifer was the one that stopped me from wanting to spank the kids, because Jennifer's not a spanker. Right. So she has her PhD in family and child development. So she's always by the books. My mama ain't like that. My mama was not by the books. My mama was not by the books, okay? But at the same time, Jennifer's whole thing was, if you show them that every time you get mad, you got to beat them or you got to spank them and you got to fight, that's what they're thinking when they're in school. When I get mad, now I got to fight.
You know what they say with girls?
What's that?
They said you don't want to have your girls get used to you spanking them, because then they become numb to it. And if a dude hits them, it won't even bother them.
Wow.
Because they're used to it because you did it for so long.
Yeah.
That they're not even, it's kind of like fear. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be over. My dad's spanking me. So when a dude, if a dude does it,
wow.
they're numb to it.
Right. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but then what are you doing or teaching to make this a reoccurring thing? See,
What do you mean?
You should only be doing this one time so that you know, hey, no, this ain't cool, right? They shouldn't be coming back for you to keep doing it multiple times.
Right.
Like now, I mean, one time I did it. Now I can just do the look, and they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me back down.
Yeah.
Right. But I've already established this ain't cool. This is not the way we run the Carter household.
That's right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So
That's right.
if that's just a one-time thing, then why are we different with boys than we are with girls? Because it's so, and I'm putting this out here just for conversation, because it seems like it's not the right word. I'm throwing this out here. It can be, it can seem like we have more compassion with the girls than we do with the boys.
As you
It's
should.
different for me.
Yeah.
It's different for me.
Okay.
Because my son is actually a little bit more sensitive than my daughter is.
Right.
So I have to be careful of how I talk to him more than I have to with my daughter.
Okay.
They're just two different kids, and
Right.
it just depends on how the kids. It's not anything that we're doing or anything like that. It's just how they are, and I had to realize that when my son was younger. So I would spank him, but then after a while I started to realize, like, why am I spanking him? Am I spanking him because I'm frustrated with what he's doing?
Right.
And so it was better for me to just talk to him. Hey, this is frustrating me because of this. I need you to do this. And if you're not going to do that, then I'm going to have to spank you. I'm going to have to do something. With my daughter, it's like, rah, 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 rah. And then it's like, come give me a hug.
Yeah.
But
Your daughter, though, she the ringleader, boy. She the one Bernie Mac was talking about. She the ringleader. Talking about him downstairs. Hey, what? Hey.
My mom beat me. It's the 8th grade. I think it was the 8th grade, and that was one time, right? And that was all it took from that point on from my mama.
Okay.
But my dad, on the other hand, was like, "No, hey, come here. Let's talk about this thing, right?" But it never made me angry. Like it made me, and again, it sets the tone of the house, right? It didn't make me angry at him. It made me angry at what I did. Like, why did you do this to get into this predicament?
Right.
So
That's
when you
interesting.
sitting in your room crying, I'm blaming. We say it. I'm blaming the devil too. Like, the devil, I hate you, man.
Yeah.
You got me in trouble again. Right?
You see that?
That what made me do it.
You see that on social
sorry.
media when the grandma asks the dude to pray, and he's like, "Lord, if you get me out of this,
Right.
when I find Judas, what he did to you."
I see that.
And that's how I was. Like, look, man, you gotta, I'm getting in trouble because, I grew up, of course, in a Christian household. Like, hey, devil, you made me do this. You gotta chill, man, because I'm in trouble because of you.
That's what's crazy, though, because you had your dad to do that to you. My dad died when I was 5 years old.
True.
So my mother raising 3 kids on her own, she was extra aggressive with us, even my sister and my little brother, and she didn't care. Like, I mean, she cared, but you know what I mean? Like, we got spanked. like with anything and everything that was around.
But see, that's where the village came. I know for me, that's where the village came into play, right? Because my grandfather too.
Oh yeah.
Would call from DC and be like, "Hey, I hear you down there messing up. All right, when I see you, I got something for you."
It's on.
Right, and then my aunt too. So I
Yeah.
was raised by my aunts too.
Yeah.
So they like, "Yo, you down there stressing my sister out. When I see you,
Yeah.
it's like, you got something coming too."
Yeah.
My parents, I never got spanked.
Wow.
I never ever.
And you turned out great. Look at that.
It is, because
Look
you know
at
what?
God.
I was more, like you said,
Won't
I
he
was
do it?
more disappointed in disappointing my parents.
Right.
That was the fear.
Right.
You hit
It,
something.
it wasn't the fear of, so like if my mom said, "Hey, wash the dishes before I get home." So she came home and the dishes wasn't washed. She said, "Why the dishes washed?" "Oh, I forgot." She said, "Okay, let me tell you what I want y'all to do. Y'all go outside and play." "No, I'm gonna wash the dishes." "Nope, I've been at work all day from 9 to 5. And you had one thing to do.
That guilt
go
trip.
outside and go outside and
Guilt
play."
trip.
No, I don't want to. No, I'm telling you, go outside and play. And you sitting here, and so the thing was
Bad.
disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to disappoint you.
Right.
Rather than you have to do this
That's real.
to make me do that. You know.
That.
And I think that
Ooh, you hit something there.
it's just the way it was in my house. Like my dad worked a lot of jobs, so we could. And one day, I was complaining about it because I had to go help. We had a janitorial service, and my mom said, "Hey, can I tell you something?" I said, "What?" She said, "You got brand new shoes, right?" She's like, I was like, "Yeah." She said, "You got a phone in your room?" I'm like, "Yeah." She said, No. You don't have a phone. You have your own line in your room." "Yeah." "How many chains you got on your neck?" "Oh, I don't know." "You got braces, right?" "Yeah." It's like, so when your dad does that on Saturdays at 4:30 in the morning, it's so you can have extra stuff.
That's right.
So then he didn't ever have to wake me up because I'm like, he's doing. So it was like a lesson that didn't come from you ungrateful.
That's right.
It was like, oh, I get it. Like this dude is doing this so I can have extra. And
That's
I'm
right.
not saying mine is everybody's experience. I think we all turned out good. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the lens of everybody's different experience.
Right.
No,
So
that's
asking
real.
that question, I saw this thing that Farrakhan was talking about, and he was saying that you get better with generations.
Yeah.
And he said you can see your parents as grandparents. He said because they've had an opportunity to realize their mistakes and get better.
That's right.
So the question I have for y'all, do you feel like you are better as a parent? I know you said you only got a sample size of 5. Or what was your motivation? Well, I'm going to ask you, do you feel like you are a better version of your dad? So for example, we did this thing the other day and I asked some of my friends, said, now out of your kids, what percentage is you and what percentage is your wife? So in our house, most of my kids besides Asa are me. So I asked Reagan, I said, what percentage I asked Cole, what percentage do you think I'm like Nina? And what percentage do you think I'm like Pawpaw? He says, I can't say because I don't think Pawpaw was the same with you as he was with me. So I don't know what version, I don't know where to put that. So would y'all say that y'all are a better version of your father or your parents?
I can definitely say I'm a better.
Okay, why you say that?
My dad was kind of in and out
Okay.
of my life. So yeah, I was a better version. So with how can I put this? So my dad was an alcoholic and he used drugs.
Okay.
So for me, yeah, I'm sorry. Definitely better because my son doesn't see that.
Right.
And also I didn't know about the drug part until I was probably like in the 7th or 8th grade. But he was doing that stuff.
Now how did you find out about that? If you don't mind me asking.
So one day I was I was cutting up. I've been cutting up for a while, you know, and my mom, she used to whoop me and everything like that, and she just got tired And she was, you know, just like, and I was like, man, just let me just go live with my dad. Let me go live with my dad. At that time, I was living in New York, so my dad was living in the Bronx. So I was like, just let me go live with my dad. Let me just go live with my dad. And my mom just like, she just broke down. She was like, your dad do drugs. You can't go. And I was just like, what? And right there, for like 30 minutes, I'm laying in my mom's arms just crying. You know,
That's why I call this if you hear any noise. It's me, the boy. Because like on the show, people are supposed to be like, that was a moment we're like,
that song.
yo, we messed with home. You know, that's when you know you got
That's the true homies right there.
At first, I thought you about to start crying. You better not. You better not. Hold it in. Tuck it in.
Y'all didn't open up their wombs.
Exactly. Hold on, cuz.
Nah, but I do think I'm a better version because I'm regardless of what's going on, I'm there. I'm in the house. It is you come downstairs. Hey, Dad, what's up?
Was that motivation for you?
No, that was just who I mean, I wanted to have kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything where it's like, oops, this happened. Y'all know.
Yeah.
My kids ain't by default.
Right.
My kids were prayed for.
Yeah.
These are kids that we wanted.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, so God says, hey, I gave you what you wanted. It's now your responsibility. So, and I was ready to take on that.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, E?
Yeah, that's a good one because my mom used to tell you, and she was a single mom. She said, "You take care of your kids, God will take care of you."
right.
So, like my mom was single. My mom was a single mom. My dad was around, you know, but with my daughter and my dad has never seen me play sports. Never played. I played football, played baseball, played all type of stuff. He's never. And my mom never seen me play. I live in New York City. Mom wasn't getting on the train to come see me. But for me, I used to drive to DC to see my daughter play sports.
Dude, no. You're not telling the whole story.
I had every other
You used to drive to DC.
Yeah.
When I first met him, he would leave on Friday, drive to DC, come right back, and then leave church on Sunday, meet his ex-wife halfway every weekend.
Wow.
So me, because nobody really, my mom was a single mom, and she raised two boys, which my mom was 5'2" and she would knock the block off. However, and she a preacher. And she had two boys in the city, so she wouldn't play. So I came to the streets too. But because of that, and because she was like, listen, you got to take care of your kids. Your kids is your everything. And she poured into us like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I can tell you, I would drive every other weekend. I have her all summer long. My daughter, she had to tell me that she wasn't coming. She had to like, Dad, I gotta come because I want to hang out with my friends. I'm like, oh man, my feelings hurt because because I'm like, listen, she come another day. Dad, I'm coming down from Pittsburgh. I gotta pay for the course, you know. But I'm like, how you getting here? But but that's how I am with my kids.
Yeah.
So I understand completely. Am I different than my dad is? Yes, 100%. I'm not gonna miss a thing. I'm there. Like my son had baseball practice the day before we came here. I drove him I changed the time, drove him to make sure I was there with him because I want him to feel like guess what? Pop's got my back.
Right.
Listen, he'll tell you right now. I know how to read because Dad would sit here every morning before I went to school with my flashcards because I'm like, listen, this is what we do.
Right.
Because I pray for you, your mom and I pray for you. So we're gonna make sure that you're the best version, better version than me.
Yeah.
And anybody that was behind you. Right. So yeah.
What about you, Cal?
Nah, I can't hold a stick to my dad right now. Yeah. I mean, that's my goal though. Like every day I wake up, he's on my screensaver. So that is the goal I'm reaching for because he was just so great. Like in the house, at work, in the community, at church. And it's like, how do I live up to that? But I use that as motivation, right? To be a better parent. Like, man, if I gotta be better than him, I gotta get up earlier. I got to study more. Like, I got to make sure. I mean, my dad was doing stuff like buy my mom full length mink coats and stuff. And I'm trying to strive to that. Like, I man, I got to make sure I go to work so that I can provide, you know. And y'all know, for a long time, I was working 2 jobs, right? 2 or 3 jobs. So just to make sure that I can provide, because that's what I saw him do, was be a provider, right? And so for me, it's by any means necessary. You need to be a provider, right? And so, no, I can't. I'm not there yet, but I am. Ask me when I'm 51.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm a different version of my dad. I don't think I'm necessarily a better version. I think I'm a different version. Whereas, like, my dad is he's still pretty dope.
Yeah.
In his older age, he's become a different person.
Cool. His dad is cool.
You know, like, this stuff he does now, you know, I'll be at my parents' house, and he'll come in the house, and he's joking. And I'm kind of like, I'm laughing. My mom was like, don't laugh at him. I'm like, he's funny. I'm like, when did he become funny? like, when did this dude, he wasn't like walking around grumpy and stuff, but he wasn't. I remember when we first got cable and we were watching Raising Arizona. Y'all remember that Nicolas Cage movie?
Yes.
And my dad was in the back room and he was laughing. And then my brother was like, yo, is he all right? Because we never heard him like, and I was like, what's wrong with him? And so a lot of times people can say, like, well, they never told me they love me, da da da. Like, my dad never tell me he loved me, but I was okay with that.
Yeah.
I remember one day, and so with my boys, a different version is we always tell each other, the boys, everybody, hey, love you.
Yeah.
You need anything? You need a hug? Da, 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 this and that. And so we're doing that. So one day, that's what my boys know. So one day, Cole was on the phone with my daddy. And my dad's like, hey, Cole, I'm about to go. He's like, okay, Papa, I love you. And my daddy did not know what to do. He said, so he said, Dad, I love you. My dad said, all right, let you do. Like, he wanted to say bye on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, Nathan, I gotta go. I talked to you. I mean, it's not bad. It's like I'm done.
Yeah.
So when Cole said that to him, like he had
No
idea what to do.
So I become a different version. I kind of become the version of who he is now. Because he's excited. Oh, I got the email about the game today. Did you get that? I'm like, no, you ain't even signed our permission slip. Like, what you know? You know? Like, what's going on? What about you, bro?
Man, so yeah, like I said, I don't know, right? Like, based off of what my aunts, my uncles, you know, my mom, of course, you know, they say, oh, you just like your dad. You know, like he had a personality like you. You never met a stranger, right? He was doing Amway and all this other, and I'm in sales, you know what I mean? So he was like, oh man, he's up there selling. Everybody, he walks into the room and he lights up. And my mother would be like, I had some of that too now. He didn't get it all from me. You know, she like, I was like, hey, it was you got a good mix of both. You know, but for me, with my kids, when they turned, let's see, because I was 5. Okay. My father was 33 when he died. He got murdered in New York. We lived in New York at the time. But yeah, we're all New York, man. New York, son. You know what I mean? I was there for 5 years. North Carolina. Hey, South Cac, baby, Columbia, Metro. That's right. Yeah, right around the corner. But now for me, it was like, okay, so when my kids turned 6, I got emotional because I didn't have my dad at 6. So when they turned 6, it was a moment. Because now they have their father past 5 years old. Right. They have their father past 33 years old. Right. You know, so I try to make sure like I'm.
Yeah, let me ask you this about those two numbers.
Sure.
Were those numbers you were trying to hit, or when they came, you just remembered?
Those were numbers that I was trying to hit.
You trying to hit?
Yeah, like I always knew that my dad passed away at 33.
Okay.
So when I was 32, I wanted to get to 33.
Okay.
And then I wanted to get to 34. Like, okay, I'm gonna get to 34. I'm gonna get past 33. Right. So you just cognizant of those ages because you remember when it all happened. You know. So when my kids were to get to when they were 5, I was looking forward to them being 6. You know what I mean? Because I was like, okay, my dad didn't get to experience this, you know? And with that being said, I try to do everything I can to do what I can for the kids, man, extra. And, and in my head, I'm thinking, this is what my dad would have did. This is what my dad would have did if he was here. He would have came to my sporting events. He would have spent time with me, even though I'm tired.
Man, she is.
Yeah.
So with the time from, I don't want to say 1 to 5 because we got ages before 5.
Yeah.
Like, is that how much do you remember about him?
You know what's funny? It's not funny, but
Here we go again.
my bad.
I'm talking about these guys.
I know.
Man, we can
You get a chance.
we can have a moment.
Hey, seriously though, when I was 5 years old, I wish Lady T was here because I laughed. So, what grade was I supposed to be in at 5? She'll tell me. 'Cause I was 5 years old. You're supposed to be in first grade.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so 5 years old to 7, I can't remember 2 years.
Okay.
Nothing. Like my mind blocks it out. That was so much trauma. I remember I asked my mother why they putting my dad in that hole at 5. And till this day, she says I should have gotten y'all some counseling. Right? So I don't have too many memories. The memories that I do have, sitting on my dad's lap, him coming home from work, you know, throwing me up in the air. My sister Sawana getting me in trouble, saying that I wrote on the wall when I couldn't even write yet, and my daddy had come sit us both down. You know what I mean? And just talk to us both. So I remember those, but there was 2 years after he died. I can't remember. I just remember. I don't remember when we moved from New York to South Carolina.
Okay.
All I remember is the first day of 2nd grade. That's it. I don't remember anything else. I just remember 2nd grade. Started school. It's like that's when my life.
So you remember 5, but you don't remember
Nothing from 5
to 7.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember anything.
I can tell you how many beatings I got during that lifetime.
No, that's it. Because Jennifer's mind, she can remember when she was 3 years old.
I
I'm
can
like,
remember.
I can't remember that. Like I can't remember. There was
So
so
what do you
much
think
trauma.
it is?
I think it's my mind, my brain blocking all the trauma that I went through, and stopping me from having those memories come back. You know, because that was rough, man. Like I still remember. I remember my mother screaming when she found out that he got killed. I remember she was downstairs and she was screaming, and we didn't know what she was screaming for. So we went running downstairs, and she told us to get back upstairs. Right, go back upstairs. I'm 5. My sister was 7. My brother was 1. I didn't know what was going on. So with all of that going on, I don't remember anything else. Like I know we used to go on trips. My mother said, "Oh, we used to go on trips," and back then we didn't have a whole lot of pictures, and you know what I mean, to remind you of these type things. So I just go off of memory of what people told me my dad used to do.
So what do you think helped you start remembering at 8? Do you think you dealt with it, or
I blocked it out.
you blocked it out?
It was gone.
So what would you say if you had to? I mean, this is not what any of us do, but like, what would you say? Was there an event or something that just turned the back on? Like, what's the next thing you remember after 7? Like, what would you say is
What
the
turned what
first
on?
great experience?
My memory?
Yeah.
I think about it. So we had such a new life in South Carolina.
Okay.
You're making new friends. My uncle, my dad's brother, he's not alive right now, but my Uncle Ricky, he was very instrumental because he was in Columbia as well.
Okay.
So he was always around. Like I remember he was always around, always showed love. I mean, it didn't matter, man. He lived took me everywhere. Like he was there early in the mornings on Saturday at 6 a.m. Middletons, wake up! And I'm like, oh, Uncle Ricky, come on, man. You know, like, wake up, Middletons, let's go! And then going to the country, going to Sumter, South Carolina, going to the country where my granddaddy had a farm. I was always the one waking up, helping him feed the hogs, do whatever he wanted to do with the chickens. And I mean, I was a country boy. I grew up in the country. So I remember the love that I got from my uncles, my aunts, my grandma, my granddaddy. Like everybody came and gave so much extra love that I didn't even think about my dad not being here. Yeah. Right? And I didn't really think about that until, let's call it middle school, high school. Now my mother has remarried. And I have a stepfather, and he's amazing, right? But I always knew he wasn't my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, he's a great guy. Love him to death. I do. He did everything he can
What did
for
you call him?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Andrew.
And that's
all
when
I'm
I,
Andrew.
when I do like couples counseling, not counseling, but like premarital, where people are getting married and they have blended families. I tell people, you know, you have to establish what this person's going to be called
Yeah.
at the beginning.
I couldn't call
Because
another
if you
man
don't, you
dad.
kind of freestyling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I couldn't call another man dad.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
Right.
Or father. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
especially at that age too, though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Would you like introduce him as like your stepdad or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, this is my stepdad, you know. Now
you
I
say
just say
no
that's
offense
my
to it
pop. You know, I
Yeah,
can say
okay.
this. Now I can say, oh yeah, that's my pop. Because now I'm more cognizant of his feelings.
Yeah.
Back then I wasn't. That sounds bad, but I wasn't.
no.
You
You
know
was
what
a
I
kid.
mean?
Facts.
You was a
Yeah.
kid.
Like for me, it was tough for me to call another man dad or father. Like I even had a preacher one time that wanted me to call him father, right? Like you can call me father, and I'm like, nah, you ain't my father.
Yeah.
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 And we stopped going to that church.
Yeah.
My bad. Hey, Jennifer will tell you. Hey, Jennifer will tell you, dog. Hey, don't tell me to call you father, dog. All right, you cool, bro. No, what I'm just saying.
See, I'm kind of like that too. Like I have a spiritual father, right?
Yeah.
But I don't call him dad because I had such a great dad.
Yeah.
You'll never be able, as much as you have deposited into me, you would never be able to amount to what my dad was.
Yeah.
So I can't call you dad like other people. Hey, dad, no.
See, my
But I
dad
will
didn't play
acknowledge
that.
you.
Man, we were talking the other day, and it's like some of Cole's friends want me to work them out in basketball or something. And I was like, nah. And I said something, and my wife said, well, you know, it's like a big buddy program. She said, you went there with a big buddy program? I said, let me tell you something. Man, I was in elementary school, and it was like cool college students who were the big buddies. And I see them come and pick these, you know, pick people up from school.
Yeah.
And they like, I was like, what y'all did yesterday? Oh, we went to get ice cream. I'm like, man, y'all went to get ice cream and play basketball.
You wanted that.
I took their phone home. My daddy quit work for about a month and picked us up because he wasn't playing that.
Yeah.
One time I got, for my birthday, y'all know the watches used to have a calculator
Yes,
on them?
sir.
Yeah.
And my
I love
mama
those things.
wanted me to have it when she got home. But my daddy didn't get off at 9 o'clock, till 9 o'clock. She wanted me to have it for my birthday when I got home. She got somebody, a man, at school just to set the watch.
Ooh, Lord.
All he did, come on, y'all remember, he just
Oh, yeah.
hold two buttons.
That's it.
Man, I didn't get to wear it until my daddy unset it and set it again.
I'm that dude, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm that dude.
Absolutely.
You gave him what? What do you mean you gave him that? He did what?
I'm a
Aiden
little
did
bit
what?
different on that.
Okay, how you doing?
Well, there's things that about me that I know that I'm not great at. There are other guys that my son could look to. Not saying that y'all are
Absolutely,
fathers,
yeah.
but y'all are male role figures or role models.
Yeah.
There's things that we all have that, you know, that only we have.
Yeah.
And that I can give to my son, but there's other people that can pour into my son. I believe in community. And there's a lot of males that's around my son, you know, that we go to church with all
Yep.
of it. And, you know,
Yeah, but let me set that up. Don't you take it upon
yeah.
yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course.
You don't,
That's
you
me.
don't set that
Yes.
watch. If I can't set the watch, listen, you give me the watch.
Look.
And I'm gonna go to Jamal.
Give me the watch. Let me go.
I want a grill.
Say that twice.
I got
Say
a
that
grill.
twice.
I can't put it together, but let me call Jamal and Kai. Hey, y'all know how to put this
Yeah,
together.
right.
She don't need to make
She don't need to
this
call me.
I agree with that.
No. So like I agree with that. So I guess like Cal is saying, I think on your list of your circle, there's a person that your wife is familiar with calling.
Yeah, no.
No.
Still.
She's
I
familiar,
need to
but
be
she's not
one
going to
make
call
that
them.
connect. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm not around, I'm like, look, if I'm not around, call so and so.
But you
No,
said
you call me.
You
But
said,
you told
I'm
you
gonna
told
call
her to
you.
call
There you
that
go.
person.
Let me give you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
It's not one of those things where
I
That's right.
Okay, but let me ask you, what is it? So this is for discussion. So I'm kind of like, what would be the problem? Like, if you got somebody you really close to, let's say if I was somewhere and Lady T had a flat tire, she gonna call Waylon or she gonna call Worthy?
She not gonna call you first?
I'm not there.
Because
we've said that with them. That's the squad.
Well, I know you're not there, but you want her to call you to say I just had a flat
But
tire.
I'm saying, like, what's the
You remember that episode of Martin where Cole gave Gina $5?
so
Y'all remember that episode?
So I'm saying,
And he said, "Why didn't you come and get me out of the shower? Let me go ask Cole for
but
$5."
I'm asking for clarity because I don't understand. Like, the reason why is because of what?
There is no reason. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, my boy, we're good friends. You know him. We come to church all the time. My son's godparents. So his wife called me yesterday about some food, about some crab meat that was in it. I was talking about cooking it. I literally answered the phone like, "Are you okay? Is my boy dead? Is something wrong with him?" It threw me. I was like, "Yo,"
because you're not used to her calling you.
Right.
It's not. Yeah. And that's like that's my son's godmother. I'm gonna put them on 3 of them on a text stream, and then I may call.
I think
But this is like old school. I'm just like old school.
So yeah, but I get that. I get all the examples, but I'm asking for clarity. I'm asking why, because like in my house, like this is the squad. This is the squad we get down.
Yeah.
So if Cole comes in the house, hey, I talked to Uncle Thad today. Hey, I talked to Uncle Jumpsy today.
Yeah.
They don't have to ask me.
Yeah, that's Cole. That's a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what?
what I'm saying is, I got a crew. If I'm not around and it's something needed, y'all take care of my wife because y'all my boy.
Yeah.
But,
If
but
you're
what
not
I don't
around.
understand is
But that's-
what's the
I don't ever
the
want lines to
intermediate.
get blurred at any point in time because you don't know what's going on in somebody's life.
So we talked about this on the couples thing. Then you need to check your wife. If the line blurred, now I'm not saying
No, 'cause I know
y'all,
dudes. I know dudes.
but the dude can't do no more than your wife do.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I
I think
agree
it,
with that.
but here's
it's just I think it's principle.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
trying to learn something. What is the principle?
but he
Principle is
says,
they got to come through me first.
but okay.
help me
But they already
understand.
have-
Help me
but
understand
he-
why.
but you
But
already
listen,
established
you
that.
said that you're not around, meaning she can't get to you.
Yeah, that's
You're not
different.
around.
That's different.
That's different. You're not around. Like if I'm on a plane
Right.
and my phone's not working,
Yeah.
and something's happening on the ground,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my wife can call whoever the heck she's gonna call,
But
and I don't feel no
I
sort of
what
way.
I'm
Like,
asking is, what is the reason for the intermediate step?
I need to know everything because
You
I know
don't know.
I know dudes.
It's
right?
But then
It's a
if
male-
you got
it's
a
a
wife,
male
if you
pride
got a wife
thing.
that you
That's
can
all it
trust,
is.
It ain't about her. It ain't about trusting. It ain't about her.
so he ain't your dude then.
No, you just never know, man. Because what happens in that person's lifestyle or life that's going on that may trigger something at any given moment and be like, you know what? Shoot, Elder T by herself, right? And you might not, because listen, even though we all dudes, we still spiritual beings, and we don't know how the enemy gonna rock that day. And I don't want to.
because the thing that happened to me, if he and we talked about this on last week, he tried to holler at you. Oh, okay. Like, I guess in my mind,
No, I ain't no okay.
I think and maybe I have too much confidence. I'm just like, oh, all right, because I trust her.
Yeah.
Because this is what I tell people. I don't marry anybody. I'm not going to marry somebody. And again, this is for conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of times-
How we go from Saquon to talking about? This is set up. We having marriage counseling. I ain't know
I'm
this.
trying to figure out
Is
I'm trying to figure out the
love.
intermediate. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just trying to understand. So, if for Danielle, for example, if Al goes to the DR, because I consider her my little sister, and I'm her pastor, but I'm her big brother, if something go down, like I'm gonna hold it down till Al get back because he ain't here.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna say, Al, Danielle's oxygen thing. Is it okay if I like, huh? Like, dude, I'm trying to help her, but I gotta call you.
Yeah.
I tell you what, hey, cuz, I'll let y'all just have that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, even with using that same example, if Al is going out of town, what I'll say, hey, if you need anything, you need to go by, check out trash, let me know. And
But isn't that understood if that's your man?
You can't leave. I don't leave blurred lines. I don't like gray.
Okay, see, but tell me what's the blurred line?
I need black and white.
What's the blurred line?
Because then you're setting expectations, right? I may need, because they stay 3 minutes from me.
Yeah.
So she might say, no, I got it. I'm good. I can take out the trash. But I need him to know I'm available if you need me to run over.
Okay, so I'm not talking about take out the trash. I'm talking about something where I guess.
But you talk about out of the country too, like Eric was saying. Out of the country or in the airplane, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing. But if I'm
you're from
around,
town,
I need to at least be in the know.
Could the
Let me
original-
let me call Jamal. Let me call Kyle.
Yeah,
and
because
see
the
what
original
they do.
thing you said was Lady T got a flat tire. Did she get a flat tire on the highway?
Right.
And she had to pull over? Because the first person she gonna call is you and
Should
say,
be you.
I just almost got
I'm playing. I don't know if I'm called devil's advocate,
Just
but
say
I'm,
advocate.
but I'm saying the thing about it is, what is the need for the extra step?
If you in town,
I'm
Well,
asking.
for me, if Jennifer's on the side of the road, I want to know about it. I don't want her to call somebody else first, and then they call me and say, "Hey, dog, your wife all right? I'm gonna go help her out." What are you talking about? I didn't even know she had a flat tire.
Right.
Yeah. That's. I think now y'all taking it because I think the previous conversation was let me make the connection.
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean,
That's so.
But there's people you have those relationships with.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
did
what I
say that.
said.
You did say that.
Yeah.
I did. I didn't say you just calling.
But you
You
don't
don't
call
blow down
them
the street.
first.
Well, see, my wife
You
would
don't
call me
them
first.
Right.
Yeah, my wife would call me first
You
and
don't call
say,
me first.
Yeah, my wife's
"Man,
gonna call me first."
my tire just bust. I need what can we do? You know what? Hey, I'm gonna call such and such
So
for you
I'm
real
saying
quick."
if the tire busts and it's something I'm not good at, and I'm gonna call so and so anyway, you mean to tell me she gotta call me to call him, and she know I'm gonna call him anyway?
You from
Absolutely.
You from down south.
Yeah.
No, it's not. See, I think that's called your squad. That ain't got to do with no up north, down north, the up north thing.
I still need to know first.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Nobody still answered what's the intermediate. Because then I could say, yeah, I'm from down south, but I'm confident nobody can take my girl.
It ain't.
Well,
it ain't-
it's not
it ain't
about
about
her.
her.
No. But I'm saying, but it ain't.
Well, nah, it's about male
But
ego.
I'm saying it's not down south, up north.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like, up north, we did it like, okay.
Yeah, nah,
but
nah,
then
nah,
I can say, well, up north, people ain't confident.
I think it's just about principle. I think it's like, hey,
There's
this-
personalities in this, Smokey, and I need to be first. If I'm the head of the house, I need to know first whether we gonna call. We can call somebody. You can even call somebody. I still need to be the first call that this is what's going on.
Yeah, I get it. I just wanted somebody to explain
I don't
why.
think it's a good explanation, actually.
Okay, then we should.
I think it's just one of those.
Well, we got into it. It's because we live in Chapel Hill.
Hey, can we talk about the Knicks? I mean,
I don't know. Look, he behind the Quest. What you say? Quest?
Nah, you gotta call me first.
There it is. Okay, let me ask you.
down
How about
south.
this?
Even if you
How
call
about this?
your brother, she
Okay, so
actually got brothers she can call. I
Daniel-
still need to know.
Danielle, who you calling?
Now, that's a little bit much.
Who Danielle calling first?
That's a bit much. But
Yeah, she can call Al, but the thing of, so if she's at church,
Yeah.
I call like Al, yo, Danielle, she ain't look good today. She ain't gonna say nothing to you, but I'm calling as I guess the guys that I'm around, and I'm not saying my guys are different to y'all. It's just this our squad, and this is just how we get down. And I'm not gonna have nobody around me they got the potential.
Yeah.
Now
that's
they're not
different.
gonna be.
Straight up.
That's what I'm saying. They're not
yeah.
gonna be. At
Them ain't my boys. Them ain't my
Right.
boys.
I'm not
Them ain't
talking
my
about
boys.
you know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna call somebody you knew in 5th grade. No, but
Look.
there's a list
Here's a perfect example.
of people. Go ahead.
So, Cap's son and my son, best friends.
Right.
They hang out at each other's house. There's times where it's time for them to go home.
Yep.
And my wife is like, hey, I'm about to take him home. It's like, nah. Because I know most of the time, Cap home. And there's nothing, I ain't got no worries in the world about my wife dropping, because she's done it before, because it was just like, nah, I'm tired. But, nah, let me go on over there. Drop him off. It ain't no real reason
You
behind
just trying to
it.
get out the house, dog. You trying to go hang out at Cap house.
It ain't no real reason behind it, but that's my bro. I'm
all right,
just
with
gonna see my
Cap,
bro.
before I came over here, I was talking to Ashley on the phone. Because of our relationship, I know that's not a problem. So the other night, I heard, we were talking about something, we do a review of Sunday. And I can hear him in the background, and she's like, are you ready to go? I didn't say, I'm the pastor, we having a conversation about something. I'm like, hey, check this out, we'll finish this tomorrow. We can talk about this tomorrow. Right. But I could hear him walk around the house, but he wasn't like, what y'all talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a, like she'll say, oh, I have to talk to Pastor Nate about this.
Yeah.
We're about to be on the phone. Like,
But the example you gave was, if I have a flat
tire.
tire, I'm gonna call him first.
Right.
It's, that's a different. It's a
we went
different.
back to, let's go back to the initial conversation.
That was a flat tire. Was
the
the
watch.
conversation. A watch.
Yeah. Because
I remember
you're,
watch.
you're taking something.
Oh, yeah.
And my daddy, I said this,
Oh,
my
yeah,
daddy
yeah,
was
watch.
tripping.
Calculator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that's a special moment between that your dad wants to present to you is that watch. It's something as little
But
as
you
that
know
watch.
what? He should have went and bought it.
He did, but he was working.
Hope he sees it. I hope he sees it.
Why tell us that?
You said he was working and didn't get off till 9 o'clock, but you can't take that away from him just because he's out here providing.
So okay, and this is my thing too. I think take away so my daddy didn't teach me how to tie a tie. Was like that's not a moment I'm sitting on somebody's sofa.
But that's you.
Right.
But
So-
that watch was his moment. So you can't take
no,
away.
he was just being a jerk.
Nah.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
know.
you can't take away his moment.
He too cool to be a jerk.
You're way too
I don't
smooth to be
believe
a jerk.
it.
I believe it. You ain't telling me on that.
No,
He
you
said
think
no, man.
in your mind you think he was being a jerk or he was tripping. In his mind, that's a moment for my son.
So then I can say, in my mind, I don't have a problem with it. But in y'all's mind,
Everybody's
doing it
different.
together. Right, so that's what you should say.
Everybody's different.
Right.
Yeah.
just like you were about to use the example of tying the tie. That's a moment for all of us right now as good fathers. I don't want that taken away from me.
Only if you know how to tie a tie.
If there's so
But you know what? But you know what though? I think that's what happens is because everybody paints that as a picture of a father.
Well,
But then, hold on. But then what happens is when you don't have that moment, people who didn't have it, they create this picture in their mind that's not necessarily true. Now, I just told you, my dad was a 3-time All-American. Football and track. My dad has never been outside and say, hey, let's pitch the ball. My mom was out there, hey, hit that, you better hit that free throw, take him out. But then when I deal with men, there's a picture that they think happened in a home that's not necessarily true. And then we perpetuate that on in society. I can't change the tire. But my daddy didn't go and say, hey, come on, let's teach you how to. So then it's kind of like, oh, my dad teach me how to change the tire. I'm like, oh, mine didn't either. Because they think that's automatically what happens in that household. So I think, but again, to your point, if that's your moment, like I can't make light of your moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not saying like, well, Well, Cap, you don't need to do that. 'Cause I can't tell you your moment.
Right.
But I think
Yeah.
sometimes what can happen is it's kind of like I was seeing this thing today about generational wealth. That's the tag word, generational wealth. Some people just busting their butt and buying clothes, but we can almost make them think they ain't doing that as a father because you ain't buying them an apartment.
Right.
Because that's what the world is saying now. Oh man, you got 3 insurance policies, and then you got to get some rental property, and you got to do this because you're going to do and then so you could be somebody like, dang, well, you know what? I'm just putting food on the table. I'm keeping the lights on. I'm paying the mortgage. But you telling me because I ain't got 3 insurance policies
That I'm a horrible person.
that I'm a horrible father.
Yeah.
Well, my I guess for me, my measure is kind of low, like I said before. And it's no, my dad and I, we established a relationship as I got older, but and then he unfortunately passed away. But for
This
me,
is a great conversation, by the way.
for me, my biggest thing is just being around.
Right.
Because for me as a kid, it's just like, my mom's single parent, even though I had my uncles, but living in New York, my uncles was down south. So they would call anytime I got in trouble, same thing. Hey, you better stop stressing my sister out. I'm taking a flight up here.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no male in the household. So for me just being in the house, I've accomplished a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Because one, they can yell down the stairs, Dad, can you get this? Dad, where you at? Dad. That's all I need. I don't have to go around and be around, sitting around with them all this, that, and third. They know where I'm at. They know where I'm at.
I think
when I was a kid, my dad, I didn't know where my dad was at.
Right.
So the fact that they can go to sleep at night, knowing that their dad said their prayer, we say prayers together, turn the lights off, say I love you, and I go do whatever I need to do. They know every single day, every single night, Dad's gonna be there, unless I gotta go out of town.
And I think that's what's good about just what we did in this pilot today is all different types of opinions.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? And nobody's trying to say you and I like the fact that it's not like, oh, he's the pastor, so we can't just say he right. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna talk about him. He right. Oh, Cap, you done got at your place. You're not gonna respect that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I know this is the right group. Different perspectives, and we got different personalities.
I thought you were trying to set us up because he took us down the route of sports first.
No, let me tell you
and then he took us down the route of if your wife ain't calling you first, right? So in my head, I'm thinking our wives called them and said they need some marriage counseling. How can you get into a podcast? And now we here talking about our wives and marriage. Well done, man. Well done.
Put a couple people on the porch, on the sofa.
Yeah, you see that?
They didn't get no mental health like that.
You
We laughing at them.
You see what happened?
Now the healthcare professional.
See? Hey, no wonder this
Y'all
was the
should
first.
pause that
But look,
and hug that boy.
no wonder why this was the first night this week when Jen ain't asked me, you picking up your son tonight?
But y'all know what?
first. He called her first. Right.
Called her first.
Amongst friends,
That's all right.
we dysfunctional. Cause he said his daddy on drugs. And we let them both go.
His daddy died.
Hey, look, when he just said that he didn't know who his daddy was, I'm about to say he was outside in the corner. You could have gone in the corner.
Hey,
His daddy was on the corner, boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dysfunctional dudes.
That's right.
But we boys.
We here.
And, hey, and like they heard tonight, if
What's
you hear
up?
the noise, it's just me and the boys. South
Let's get it.
Carolina, Erie, CC, Norfolk State, sometimes Georgia, sometimes 4, 5.
I'm everywhere.
Pastor Nate, hey, we're gonna see y'all for episode 2. If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys. And we're gonna talk about how everybody was right about the Super Bowl next time but Eric.
That's true.
Hey,
We gotta go there.
If you hear in his heart, it's me and the Lord. If you